Which women in Hollywood celebrated themselves? Which Hollywood girl won Best Horror Actress? And 2 Hollywood bad boys back together again. Elle magazine's 18th annual Women in Hollywood Gala brought out a slew of A-list leading ladies and their closest male friends. Jennifer Aniston showed off her fine form in a dress by Kaufman Franco, while fellow honoree Michelle Pfeiffer opted for Alexander McQueen. Evan Rachel Wood selected an Alessandra Rich ensemble, Nicole Richie rocked a Douglas Hernant garment, and Katherine Heigl stunned in Amanda Wakely. Meanwhile, one of the night's title sponsors, Calvin Klein, outfitted quite a few of the women, including Naomi Watts, Freda Pinto, Abigail Breslin, Robin Wright, Amber Heard, Elizabeth Olsen and Viola Davis. Joel McHale acted as the night's master of ceremonies as the group soaked up the female-empowered scene at the Four Seasons Hotel. Johnny Depp stepped out to the Los Angeles premiere of The Rum Diary. It's his second movie based on the writings of Hunter S. Thompson, the first being Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Also in attendance, co-stars Amber Heard, Aaron Eckhart and Giovanni Ribisi. Things do get out of hand when Johnny's around and tempers fray on the red carpet. Have a listen to the mayhem.
Back up now! Back, every one of you! Back up now! You think I'm kidding? He'll leave!
Being Johnny Depp is not an easy gig. After touring the world for 3 years, Fireflies in the Garden finally got its Los Angeles premiere. Stepping out to the event were stars Julia Roberts, Hayden Panettiere, Carrie-Anne Moss and Shannon Luccio. Julia's husband Danny Moder also shot the film. It's that time of year again. With Halloween around the corner, Spike TV rolled out the black carpet for their annual Scream Awards. Although the stars opted for dresses and suits over costumes, the night proved entertaining. 14-year-old Chloe Moretz wore Dolce & Gabbana as she picked up the award for Best Horror Actress. Other attendees included Dylan McDermott, Anna Torv, Erica Christensen, Joe Manganiello, Paul Rubens and Paul Wesley. Robert Downey Jr. was honoured at this year's 25th annual American Cinematheque, and he was in great company. After arriving on the arm of wife Susan, the actor was greeted by friends like Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster, Gary Shandling, Joel Silver and Jeffrey Katzenberg. Jennifer Aniston skipped the carpet but made an appearance on stage. But let's hear the inspirational speech from the man himself, sticking up for Mel Gibson.
I asked Mel to present this award to me for a reason. Because when I couldn't get sober, he told me not to give up hope, and he urged me to find my faith. Didn't have to be his or anyone else's as long as it was rooted in forgiveness. And I couldn't get hired, so he cast me in the lead of a movie that was actually developed for him, and he kept a roof over my head, and he kept food on the table. And most importantly, he said that if I accepted responsibility for my wrongdoings, and if I embraced that part of my soul that was ugly, hugging the cactus, he calls it, he said that if I hugged the cactus long enough, I'd become a man of some humility, and that my life would take on a new meaning. And I did, and it worked. All he asked in return was that someday I help the next guy in some small way. It's reasonable to assume that at the time he didn't imagine the next guy would be him. In forgiving my friend his trespasses, offering him the same clean slate you have me, and allowing him to continue his great and ongoing contribution to our collective art without shame, he's hugged the cactus long enough.
Wow. Now that's a great friendship. OK, to George Clooney, celebrating his latest project, The Descendants, at the 49th Annual New York Film Festival's closing night gala. The movie star arrived at the Lincoln Center for Performing Arts with current girlfriend Stacy Keibler. The duo parted ways as Clooney talked shop.
He's oblivious to his kids' problems. He's oblivious to a lot of things. And I think that's what's nice about the film is him figuring things out along the way, like a blathering idiot.
Director Alexander Payne and co-stars Judy Greer, Beau Bridges, Matthew Lillard and Shailene Woodley were also on hand. Hats off to Jude Law, whose latest movie, 360, opened the 55th BFI London Film Festival. The bearded actor was on hand to represent the romantic drama and had this to say about love.
How would I describe it? I suppose I'd describe it as doing something that expresses your feelings for someone.
And that's it for Movie Juice News.